G'day World Wide Web, Lew Dub with the Melbourne Cup news. Earlier this week, jockey Mark Zahra confirmed he would be riding without a fight in the Caulfield Cup. It's a big decision as it means Zara won't be riding Gold Trip in the Caulfield Cup if it runs. And Gold Trip was the horse that he rode to victory in last year's Melbourne Cup. It's been a big story throughout the week, but what no one seems to be mentioning is that Without a Fight is also nominated for the Melbourne Cup. And what happens if Connections elect to go forth to the Melbourne Cup? Who will Mark Zahra choose then? Will he even get a choice? Those associated with Gold Trip may already be talking to other jockeys. Now, Lastotchka, the French horse purchased by Australian Bloodstock, looks set to make the Melbourne Cup field without using a lead-up race to qualify. She's currently 24th in the order of entry, and with the usual rate of withdrawals, she shouldn't have any problems getting into the 24-horse field, despite there being another 3 win-and-you're-in races remaining. Now to a look at the latest order of entry.
At the top are the 4 horses who've won golden ticket races. Then there's a Gold Trip, Alenquer and El Bodegon. Will they run Alenquer and El Bodegon? Alenquer is yet to finish inside the top 10 since racing in Australia. Smoke and Romans at number 15. Would you persist with him? He hasn't been doing too well. Then there's Hu Ya Mao at 17, whom Waterhouse and Bott are trying over distances like 1600, and also looks like, because he's nominated for the Cox Plate, they'll be running him over the 2000 metres soon too. Now to horses like Fame, Emissary and High Emotion at 25, 26 and 27. They should make the field without doing anything special. No need to win any races. Number 28, El Patroness in red. Unfortunately, she's died very recently. As for Athabaskan at 42 and First Immortal at 48, they have to win a Geelong Cup or a Moonee Valley Gold Cup and receive a big penalty of 1.5 kilos or more. That would elevate them to around 27 or 28, and with some other withdrawals they could sneak in. There is also that last chance saloon race on the Saturday before the Melbourne Cup, formerly known as the Hotham Handicap, now referred to as the Archer Stakes. It's a win and you're in race. But that's a real all your eggs in one basket scenario. It's not really what you want.
Hi, I'm Sky. I identify as First Nations Rainbow Unicorn. Vote yes, you racist white cunts, or you won't get a welcome to country ever again.
I'm Roy from the mainstream media. Australia's First Nations peoples are suffering. I want you to vote yes. Can you make me look darker?
You said your uncle was Indigenous.
Yeah, he was my great uncle. Yeah. Now, pay the rent, dog.
Hi, I'm Todd from the Australian Electoral Commission. We organise elections and count the votes, sometimes. Yes, we want you to vote at the Voice referendum. Every Australian of voting age is required to vote. Yes, it's true. You can vote more than once or twice. Yes, your vote will count twice or 3 times if you choose to. Yes, vote early.
This message brought to you by the Australian Electoral Commission, an impartial, diverse and inclusive employer.
Welcome back. Irish trainer Joseph O'Brien has 2 nominations for the Melbourne Cup, Valiant King and Okita Sushi. They both remain well outside the 24-horse Melbourne Cup field, sitting at 32nd and 33rd respectively. The 2 are both nominated for the Caulfield Cup as well, but are in the same predicament there, sitting just outside the 18-horse field. O'Brien would be banking on 1 or 2 withdrawals to get his horses into the Caulfield Cup, but there is the possibility that 3 horses could be elevated above Valiant King and Okita Sushi, as there are still 3 win and you're in Caulfield Cup qualifiers remaining. They are the Might and Power, the Herbert Power, both this Saturday, and the Coogee Cup on Wednesday next week. In other news, Racing Victoria and the Victorian Labor government teamed up to cancel the Melbourne Cup parade. I spoke with the people responsible for that decision earlier this week, and they told me that the cancellation of the Melbourne Cup parade was part of a long-term plan to eventually cancel the Melbourne Cup. The plan, inspired by the Chinese Communist Party and dictator Dan Andrews, was to first have a whip-free Melbourne Cup by 2025, then a net zero jockey cup in 2030, and by 2035 to have No race at all, due to the impact on the environment that the Melbourne Cup has. Okay, if you like this content, please subscribe to the channel, Staying the Distance, the Melbourne Cup Channel.